Cousins, aren't you tired of watching censored episodes? Don't you miss the days when I was cursing like a sailor every week? It's simple fix, cousins. Head over to moremona.com and support your girl. We have a community chat group. I'm giving you 2 bonus episodes a month and nothing is censored. It all goes down at moremona.com and it's ad-free. Subscribe today. It's just $6 a month or $49.99 for the year if you want to save a coin or two. See you soon, cousins. Don't call me white girl. Hello, everybody in America, Canada, the UK, everybody except for lovers of CK and his family and friends. We're welcome back to the Don't Call Me White Girl podcast. It is a special episode. No, not because this pointy head is here with a Philly jersey on. That's Conehead. He's always here. But my sister from another mister, North Philly's own, the real Trap Queen. Listen, I told y'all to watch this documentary only 63 times about my girlfriend, my sister, Sy, on Trap Queens. And I know y'all probably watch it, and I promised y'all would be on it. Then I said, watch it again, and promised she would be on it. I said, watch it again, and promised she would be on it. Guess what? She still ain't come on. But she here now. And if you ain't watch it, pause and look at the fuck up. Sy, what does it say? Trap Queens, and then how do they block off your version?
It's BET Trap Queens season 3, episode 6.
Bam. Pause right now. Go watch it. A real gangster at the time.
Yes.
Because we Muslims. Matter of fact, is there any way we could put the link here in my hands so they can watch it? Oh my God. If Zach was talented, he would be able to put the link right here in my hands of my sister from a different mister. Do you know how cool it is to have a documentary about your past life? Like, that's so cool. Because she's totally not that person anymore. She's grown past that. But at any time when she want to get a little thrill, she could watch it. I would watch myself in a documentary like that, and I would probably have to jerk off the whole time. I'd be so excited back when I was a gangster. Nipples hard. You know what I mean? I used to kill back in the day. Y'all won't know if this was a assassin or if it's a bad check writer. You got to go watch it. And I close my hand and make a big boom. It's real special. Listen, Phelps is in the building. Phelps, scream from the back. I may or may have not done a big show the other day, and y'all may or may have not been in the comments asking, where is Phelps? He was up my ass like a tampon. Stop asking me stupid shit. It's a grown man, that's what that is. What is wrong with y'all? But yes, everybody in the room, I want you to give it up for my sister from another mister, Dr. Sy! Assalamu alaikum, my sister.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
You look so good in your rear. I always love how you style your hijab, sis. This was so long overdue.
Inshallah, yes.
It was only me. That's it. It was only me. Oh, you know, I'm excited to have you here. We just bumped into each other at the no, we didn't bump into each other. You were supporting me at the comedy show I just did in the Trenchaz. That was exciting. Woo! I love North Philadelphia. You're from North Philadelphia. What part of the city are you from?
19th and Jefferson.
19th and Jefferson, J Street. Oh my God, that is J Street. The infamous J Street is like 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I lived there too.
Yo, I was saying that they need to make a documentary about Jefferson Street. They do. I mean, on some like street legend vibe type of thing. That was like a big thing in the tri-state area.
Huge.
When I moved my mother moved to suburbs as a kid to Delaware, the people went to, like, that was a thing.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, honestly, I learned what J Street was in another state. Because I was a kid when I lived in the city.
Yeah.
I was a little younger, you know. And even, you know, I wasn't around. I didn't know nothing, you know.
Right.
Once I turned into a teen or grew into a teenager, like the teenagers, you know, that was big back then. The teenagers would go to J Street in the area. I just think that would be cool. So, Sy, I believe my introduction to you was me watching Trap Queens. Tell me a little bit about your life, like on the come up. Like, I guess not. You don't have to go all the way into it because I feel like I like that about Trap Queens that they got into, like how you grew up or whatever. Right. But like where you come from, like what was your upbringing like?
So initially, I lived on 4th and 100 in my earlier years. And then when I was like 9, that's when we moved to J Street. So I grew up in a 2-parent home. My stepfather and my mom. My biological father was still always present.
That's good, son.
So
you had 2 dads?
Until he went to prison.
Oh, he went to jail.
He was a little unorthodox, but that's my guy to this day. That's really my heart. Crazy.
He went to jail for prison a long time?
He did 12 years.
Okay.
So by the time I actually went to prison, he was still in prison.
Oh, shit. Y'all was in jail at the same time?
Yeah.
Did y'all ever write jail to jail?
Yep, we did. And my dad is, again, a little unorthodox. So even when I wrote him from prison, before I got to prison, he would like send them over, like, don't send no pictures up here, but my grandbaby look nice. Like, yo, look nice. Like, because in prison, people be stealing people's mail and all of that stuff. He did not play that. Stop putting your information on the envelope. Like, he was extremely menacing.
Oh, okay.
He ain't play that.
I'm with Pops though on the picture tip. I went when I did my little time in FDC. I was talking to the boy in the toilet, the same boy that got into the shootout with the cops on Erie Avenue.
Okay,
that was my bowl buddy in 2007 or 8, right? Okay, and I sent him pictures, and they were on because in the FDC the girls run a jail, which is one floor, and he was on like 7th, right above the hole, and I found out he was talking to the other girl on another bowl from DC, and me and her got into a shoving match, and I was so pissed exactly because I could have went to the hole over there. Of course it was her, it wasn't me.
Yeah, for sure.
And I could have went over there and I was so sick. And I'm like, look, send my pictures back down here. So he kept acting like he can't hear me. Do you know I got a job in laundry? And took my black up there and was through the window like, oh, my picture, picture. And he sent my picture back. Because it's like, you never know where your shit lands.
For sure,
and
absolutely.
It girls at home, a lot of y'all do a thirst trapping on the gram, Facebook and all that. I need you to know somebody is jerking off to your birthday pictures, girl. Them people screenshotting them pictures and sending it to their friends upstate, girl. They sharing your pictures. Somebody just won your picture in a spades game. Damn, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
No, the fakes are.
Like, really though, seriously.
No, seriously. Living on 19th Street, the area period, I'll say, is what really raised me. And coming across the older people who got different methods of getting money. My mom, she wasn't really the biggest provider. And when my stepfather left, it was like she was outside. Yeah. And being one of the youngest in the house, well, nobody really checking for me. It's like I got to figure something out. Right. So I went outside where the hustlers at.
How old were you when your stepdad left?
12.
Okay. And how old were you when your dad went to prison?
12.
Damn, that was a rough year.
Lost them both. Yeah.
That was wild as shit to lose both your dads in 1 year. It's crazy. Yeah. Damn. So when you say you was probably influenced by people getting money, when you think you really went outside, like outside at 12, or did it take a little bit?
Yeah, no, I was like right out there, like, cause it wasn't nobody home. I'm hungry. Like, ain't shit in here. Like, I ain't gonna keep eating no noodles.
Now, in my mind, because I'm a bit of a fan of the old side. No shade, we don't want her back.
Yeah, for sure. She ain't coming back.
I
fight her. I fight her every day.
Do you?
I fight her every day.
It's
hard out here for a pimp.
The thing about it is, when you watch Trap Queens, it's, I'm a girl's girl, right? But it's like, it's a lot of different ways that women play in the game as far as streets. And some people have, like, they move like a man. You move like a man. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, in my mind, decided I was like, super impressed by. I can't help to be impressed by stuff like that. Your first hustle was the arcades. Was that your first joint?
So no, that wasn't the first one. That came along with boosting. So when we were boosting,
so was that the first? What was the first hustle, money wise, to bring money in? Boosting. Okay.
Yep. So it was the boosting, and then while we out on the road, he came up with that joint. So when we start hitting the arcade machines, that's just what it was. He put me on that while we were out on route.
All right, reverse. So boosting, what type of vibes do y'all do? Was y'all more smash and grab, running and grab it? Was y'all do orders type of people, get hot stuff?
So all that, literally everything. Okay. Like I would literally go and some stores and open boxes of big stuff, box up all electronics, go back, return it, put it on the card for the people to
sell the gift cards.
I used to do it all. So pushing TVs out on the
pallets. Remember that Gap used to do paper checks?
Absolutely.
You used to go to the Gap, right? Let's just say they got the button-up shirts stacked up, white, black, gray, right? The button-up shirts are $85 a piece. You taking each stack. Then we all go. Now we get back in the car. Now we passing out the shirts. So you get a blue one, a white one. Your stack of shirts $600-$700. We all go return them. They send you paper checks, and you go to the bank get the cash.
That's simple.
Like, stop
That's
playing. I
simple.
remember stealing
And the
computers
crazy
from
part
Walmart
is
and getting cash back.
the crazy part is
God
we
damn.
were so cocky, we ain't even leave.
Yeah, just right in the joint.
Like I got Gap bags in my bag, so
Yeah.
I'm about to take these right to the
to
register.
the register, yes.
You know, like
yes,
man,
Si.
we ain't even about
yes.
to play with it.
Just like that, Si. Yes. So in the movie, I don't think in the movie they really getting, because I have such a big imagination that I visualize stuff when we talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the movie, I don't think they really got into boosting it. They did. They just
They
gently
didn't.
mentioned it. Okay, but they definitely got into it with the arcade machines. So my impression with the arcade machines, y'all would just go in, fuck with the joint, empty it all out, and roll.
That's it.
County to county to county to county.
That's it.
So y'all coming back with big ass bags of quarters, which is sidebar. My father, when he went to jail,
Well, no, you know
Okay.
they got cash in there also.
no, I did not know that.
The dollars.
No, the dollars.
They be stacked up in the yeah.
Damn.
That's a good one.
Play a little Pac-Man. Now you trying to go to the arcade. Don't do that.
No, I'm
Don't go
thinking
to the
it.
arcade.
Because people Apple Pay now, it's not as much
And they
money.
got the little cards for the actual
not the
arcades. I
same.
already thought about it.
It's not the same. So it's crazy because I know people probably, oh, that's changed. It's so much money and shit like that. Well, my father ended up doing, we had that in common. My father did 10 years. My father went away when I was like 4 or something, and it was horrible. Like, I used to cry every day. It was just terrible. But my father, one of his little schemes of where he went in was he was knocking off parking meters down 22nd Street. He would
Okay.
just knock them. 22nd Street was like my dad thing. He
Okay.
robbed all the stores on 22nd Street, all the people on 22nd Street, all the meters on 22nd Street. We all from Lippercott, so he didn't go that far from where he lived. Cross street from Panatti Playground. That's where my family
Okay.
from. Yeah, so like you ever see Herc with the Land Burgers? Those my
absolutely.
family. That's my family.
Okay.
He had, I guess, hit him at his sister's house in Cumberland Street. We was spending them quarters for years after he went away. Like she would send us to the store, go downstairs,
Right.
get a handful of.
Quarters.
It's bringing back so much good memories. So y'all hitting the arcades, and then you meet somebody, and that's how you kind of like, that's who introduced you to the next joint.
So I was already dealing with him. He just never knew what I did for a living.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I remember the first time he asked me, I'm like, the fuck is you a fed? Like, why would you ask me that?
Yeah.
I do for a living, get money.
Right.
And when I got arrested so the last joint that we had did, the crazy part is we wasn't even going to do it. It was just along the way. We was on our way to Dorney Park, and he was like, "Oh, let's stop right here." And we slid in. I think it was Michael's back then or something like that. And when we go in, he go to pop the machine. The girl come. He like watch the door. As soon as he said watch the door, the girl come through the door. She's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, like that happened quick.
Yeah.
And he like still down there. So I'm like, bro, like the lady right here, like
Right.
you get up so we can go. So as he getting up, she run to the door like, I'm not letting you out of here. He tussling with her. She is so bony.
Yeah.
I flip her. Get your dumb ass out of here. And we get in the car. But when we get in the car, I'm telling him, make the right. Don't make the right, he make the left.
They never listen.
We on 309.
Oh my God.
We on 309. We was good as done. We shouldn't even left. We should have just sat right there.
For real.
On the side of
What's
the
the
curb.
point?
Save
Sit
some
on the
gas.
curb.
Saving some gas.
talking about-
Yeah. He don't even know what 309 is. He's talking about saving some gas.
I know you don't
Funny
get on the
shit.
highway right away. You got to hit some back streets.
And it's so hard now for the young people. I don't even know how they do it because it's so hard for the young people now. I don't even know how to do it because I can remember literally 7-8 years ago, my girlfriend's catching cases in them small towns in PA like Exton because it's cameras in every light. So you leaving Old Navy, they calling the police and they watching you.
Bottom line.
So it's like if you ain't got no Hellcat, you can't get out the county. And even if you do get out the county, they
still
calling the
coming.
next county. They coming
Yeah,
like
they still coming.
with the facial recognition, all of that boosted shit over.
I'm
So
sorry. It's a wreck.
I think, and I don't even talk like that, but I just don't see a way around unless you getting prosthetics.
Yeah.
And if you got it like that to get your face beat to a prosthetic level, mama, you need to do something else.
No,
You know what I mean? If you
seriously.
getting your
Don't
nose
even worry
longer and
about
all
that.
that to hit the gap, because it's like even when you see what they doing at Target. Cousins, can you believe it's already fall? And while it feels like things should be slowing down, between back to school, busier routines, and shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. That's why I love Factor. Their chef prep, dietitian approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. Factor is my new default because their wide selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp, are chef's kiss and at no extra cost. And for my cousins that are taking those shots to slim down, enjoy even more GLP-1 friendly meals and new Mediterranean diet options packed with protein and good for you fats. 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter your routine. Cousins, I use Factor and you should too, because while staying booked and busy is important, living a longer, healthier life is what truly matters. Eat smart at factormeals.com/DCMWG50 off and use code DCMWG50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code DCMWG 50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
No.
Target new thing is, you know how it's always the last time I got locked up at Macy's, I remember I had missed it by $5 to make it a felony, like five,
Okay.
right? Because they counted up. Little girl just went viral, stealing, and the cops like, this is a felony. Her, did you count that up right? Because a lot of that's on sale. They don't count no sale when it comes to trying to get it to a felony, right? But what Target does is, instead of them popping you for the little $300 microwave you walked out with, or popping you for the $200 worth of cosmetics, they record it. They get a real good visual of your face and the amount of stuff you got. Like, they really log it.
Wow.
They let it add up. And if you come in there and get bubble gum, and that's what make it a felony, it's 10 police outside. They don't move. They don't walk up to you, nothing. They greet you outside. Hey, let me
that's
come
what
talk.
I'm saying.
And so
Crime
your
ain't even
first
working
case
no
with
more.
them is an F from the gate. And it's like, I heard it, and then I start seeing people get locked up. This little influencer from LA, all these followers, you know, they do the unpack my bags with me. What did I get?
Okay, yeah.
Mama steal her own bags and do the unpack her bags. She be stealing. Inside, she looks so professional and cute,
Yeah.
but she be stealing. And it went viral. She deleted her page after I wanted to write to that baby. That. Now you got a new story.
Yeah.
Tell them how you was stealing the whole time. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I never had no shame with boosting. Like, it just, in the street, as far as any hustle I ever had, was the best money. It's all profit. All you need is gas money. You know what I mean? It's like,
trying to tell you.
it's sweet. Then you ain't got to buy none of the stuff you need because everything free.
Bottom line.
I'm not going to lie. I don't miss a lot of shit, but I miss them. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I can't, dog, it's still real hard for me to shop. Like, it's not even a shopping. Like, the shopping part is cool. In fact, I like shopping without rushing so much. Now it's not such a rush. You know what I mean? But
It definitely was a rush.
at the end, do you know you gotta stand in one spot for like 20 minutes and then give them money?
Ain't that crazy?
You gotta stand and wait to give them the money.
Hand it right to him. Every last dollar.
Why would you do that when you could just leave? I don't
You
get
don't
that.
gotta like boost, or you could like halfway boost, like self checkout. I feel like we
He's
all.
a punk. He's a punk.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like we all. Are
And listen, when I first started, I ain't gonna say how, but I would backslide sometimes because I had to remember, you know. No, it was a real side. I went viral 2018. I caught a bunch of cases 2018, 2019 because I would make it home, and then my mom got a discovery. We saw her YouTube. That's why I say Allah got me out of this shit because I couldn't. I would be standing outside my little weed pack and the cop would walk up. You funny as shit. I seen you on. It's like you cannot. It ain't comfortable. You know, a piece of being a street person is hiding from the net. That's why these new are so strange to us how they move because we are we were raised opposite. These shoot somebody on Fifth Street in a red hat and then put it in the verse when I real red hats I drop. Yeah. We probably
seriously.
burnt every red hat we had. Our friends couldn't even wear
You
red
see what I'm
hats.
saying? Ever in life.
It's so different now. It's such a different.
It sucks. It's so sad.
It's like upside down. It's so, and then it's like, because I don't talk about them, I feel like I never want to be that old person that's like, I hate women. Oh, y'all just like hoes. Like, we all had our time of doing this.
sure.
Oh, y'all violent. We were super violent. But it's just like, you kind of could figure out where the beef started. It's about some money or even about and pride. But
Whatever
it's like,
it was about something.
something happened.
Something. Right.
These
something
niggas
actually
just,
happened.
they itching for a body so bad, they itching for anything to happen. So any excuse to do to take each other.
It's so sad.
So I stopped being in the city because one of my worst fears is dying behind somebody else. I've done so much out here. Like I say all the time, somebody kill me, whatever. I probably did it. Like I probably caused it. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be on the news. She was a great person. Y'all knew what the fuck was going on. Everybody knew how I was. I wasn't the nicest person when I was outside. I wasn't. Because as a girl, you can't be because they take advantage of you.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, if I turn into a gorilla and I'm acting crazy like them, you know what I mean? I'll burn you and tell you I ain't paying you. That was my favorite move. Oh, my favorite. I'll be scared to death knowing I owe you that fucking money. You fuck you, nigga. I know.
Yeah.
Nigga, I gotta turn him out even though he'll hear my heart, but
Yeah,
I'm still
right.
gonna carry it. Like I
Bottom
don't give a
line.
fuck. What's the other option? Be out here scared. But you know, I don't know. And then it's such a allure of it, and that's why you're on a show like that, because it's such a like a people try to make you feel bad about it, but if it's so horrible, why the fuck would somebody film you doing a show like that? You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Ain't nobody
Absolutely.
be, and that's the thing. Any shows you're doing about what you do now, you're gonna be doing this. BET ain't coming about that because people are attracted to that shit. You know?
Absolutely.
So, how do you move up to the next level where it get a little more serious as far as stepping into the lane that got you the time in prison?
So, the person that I was dealing with at the time, he had came to see me when I had got locked up for that joint.
For the arcade joint.
And he was like, damn, I never knew what you did for a living, but now that I know, I don't really want you doing that. And I'm like, all right. Like,
Paul Side, what was that charge y'all doing at arcade? That's considered a robbery?
it was a strong arm robbery because remember, I flipped her.
Because you flipped her. Yeah, I just got my first robbery.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it. It's over, but I did. Yeah, I had to go to court for it this year. It was old. We'll talk about it.
But yeah, so it was a strong arm robbery. And he was like, damn, I never knew what you did for a living, but now that I know, I don't want you to do that no more. And I'm like, that ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean? Yeah. But because I always been my own earner,
Yeah.
so you can't just
Ain't
say
nobody
like
tell
you
what to
can't
do,
do that.
not even your
Like,
parents.
what? But when I came home and we ended up talking, we actually drove out of town and we were sitting outside of some spot, and he was like, what you notice about this? Long story short, we were casing it, and I didn't really pick that up until he, you know what I mean? He started asking me all these questions, and then he was like, you'll be scared to do that. I'm like, who? Give me a gun. I bet you, I'll show you better than I can tell you. You know what I mean? And it just went from there. Like, after we cased that joint, probably like a couple days later.
What was your age difference?
He 15 years older than me.
15 years, and he's been in the street his whole life, I'm assuming. Okay.
Maybe 13 years older than me, something like that.
Yeah.
Looking back, do you feel like he took advantage of you, or do you feel like you were well aware of what was going on?
Both.
I don't really say, like, people say is taken advantage of,
Or grooming.
but I really can't say that. Like, I was in the streets already. He offered me a different opportunity. I can't say, like, if it was somebody else that I wouldn't have accepted it either.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not just because he's, we're intimate that, oh, I'm going to do it because he's offering this opportunity. You know, he showed me a different way. Just like my homie that showed me the joint with the arcades. Like, he showed me a different way. I was stealing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really think that was...
I just
that kind of
sometimes
irritates me when people say that too, because I'm not no
Please
damn
don't
victim.
piss my sister off because she ain't no.
Yeah, I ain't no
I didn't
victim.
say
Like,
she was.
Nah, Derek, I can see what you think. We think of when I watched it. It's funny because I figure I'm watching this before we had a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
The first thing I thought was I related to it because I had recently experienced a situation where I was in love with somebody and we would get money. And it wasn't even we would get money together. We was on some real like survival together.
Okay.
So it was like we did a couple different things. I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I remember stealing a dirt bike with that and laying on the dirt bike holding it.
Yeah.
In the truck, we had a truck and he's driving the truck and the door shot open and we passing the cops in the county like this. So he freaking out because he was always like, he never had the heart for it, so he would freak out.
Yeah.
I'm somebody, whole crime, I'm like this. I ain't screaming, I'm not
Yeah.
crying. I don't care
It
if we
is what
hide in
it
the
is.
dumpster. I'm not about to flip the fuck out. You know,
Right.
even when the cops come, I'm real quick for it. Huh, bro? You ain't
Yeah.
gotta talk to me long.
No.
Like, you ain't got to wrestle with me, none of that. Go ahead and process
Yeah.
me. Let me go ahead and get up out of here.
Bottom line.
But with him, he freaking out. Oh my God, they come. I'm like, yo, chill the fuck out. I leaped, grabbed the bike in the door to the truck, and we rolled like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
Bottom
mean?
line, yeah.
And I remember he was freaking out because we couldn't sell the bike. I think something happened. We couldn't get. I Googled it, got a bobby pin, put the bitch in neutral, rolled it up the street, found the buyer, sold it for $1,500. Like, you know, we would just.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like a need for both, kinda. But that was my first time experiencing that, and like it was kind of like freaky. Turn on, come crazy, getting, you know, like
Yeah.
it turned into that, like,
I get it.
and it kind of like blended, you know.
For sure.
Did you experience that? Like, was it like that exciting type of?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
I mean, we came home and laid down and had sex
Sex
on
on the money.
You know?
Who y'all had sex on the money? I just want to have sex. You ain't gotta have the money, man. Damn! It's been a while, son.
Oh man, listen, I
We
can
gotta do
relate.
a matchmaker show next.
All right.
We gotta get a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
let's
done.
go.
So I apologize. I'm irritating you. He
It's
irritates
fine.
me all the
No,
time.
that's cool. That's you know, like I really appreciate.
common question.
I actually appreciated the question because
Thank
there's a
you,
lot
thank
of people that think like that.
Yeah.
And I don't see it that way. I can see how people see it that way, but I wasn't your average.
Girl.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I'm outside. I've been outside for way too long.
Yeah, and you know what's the sick part? It's so many girls that get asked that question and they know they was a demon when they was outside.
For sure,
and
and
they'll
they'll-
lie
and they'll inflict it. They'll-
because you
yeah.
can take that little. That's the
And
girl
spin
way
it.
out, and you go, oh, he, you know, and in reality, you know what. The
You say the
was.
girl way out because I remember calling home and talking to somebody and they was like, "You a girl? You could tell who?
Yeah, that happened to me
What
too.
do you mean? What
We
you
got so
talking
much up
about?
in common, yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Like, how? What?
I called home and this girl aunt was like, I remember her voice was this. She said, "Shh, you better turn state," and I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, huh? And she was like, "Turn state, girl." And I was like, what the fuck? And I was, I'm like, what the fuck do turn state? She like, state witness. I was like, oh no. Cause I was down. I was always about it. Like it never crossed my mind. It
And
never
that's the thing.
like.
People don't look at the fact that it's not about the person. I wasn't so dizzy or that infatuated and in love, and that's why I'm. Oh my God, I
You were
can't see myself
guilty.
telling on him. Like, I got to be able to look in the mirror in the morning. Ain't got nothing to do with him. Everything
Yeah.
to do with me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like what?
yeah. And what do you want to lie? Because if you tell the whole truth, you know what I mean.
Bottom line.
And not only that, I think a lot of people don't understand. 'Cause people watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
When you talk about federals, I can't speak with state. I caught a couple state cases, but my big time getting in trouble was the feds. In the federal system, there's no such thing as telling on somebody. If me and Derek get in trouble for selling donuts, right? Don't want to make it realistic, Derek. So me and Derek go to jail for selling donuts, right? And it's a conspiracy. And Derek want to hold me down. Derek love me. I'm his big bro. He love me. Look, bro, I'm gonna tell him they my donuts, right?
Even though you ate 3, they mine. Yeah.
Right. So boom. They my donuts, they not my big bros. Damone is innocent, whatever. The feds say, cool, you got the donut charge, right? But we still gonna charge Damona with conspiracy.
Bottom line.
Because
She knew
Damona was
about the
too close
donuts.
to them donuts. She
Yeah.
seen them with you. She seen. And the problem with that is that, like for instance, my case, I was charged with 3 or 4 drugs, guns, something else, right? If all them charges went away, and I only kept that one charge of conspiracy, I still was in a large amount of trouble because when they give you a conspiracy charge, it holds the weight of the case. So the
Bottom
worst
line.
charge, if donuts face 20 years,
Bottom line.
the conspiracy faces 20 years, right?
For
if the
sure.
coke chase 10 years, the conspiracy,
Facts.
and that was in my situation. If my co-defendant, because people said the same thing about me. I remember my co-defendant had a big crush on me. You probably know him from down North Philly from 24th Street. He had a big crush on me. I wouldn't deal with him. We was working out of town together. It was a real bad drought that year. He was the only one with hard. And I would coke, period. And I was like, I'm gonna hit the this boy because I couldn't. And then I was like, fuck it, we just gonna do it. And then I ended up bending and was like messing with him a little bit, but it really wasn't that deep. You know?
Yeah.
For me, it was like, I'm a girl. It's like me. He's
Yeah.
very generous and he the only one with it. I'm gonna just make the
Bottom
right
line.
move. Exactly. I was 20.
Yeah.
I think he was like 30 or 35. They always like that, right? But we was Muslim. He wanted to get married. I wouldn't marry him. So you knew it was,
Yeah,
I wasn't
for sure.
that silly, you know? And we was practicing Muslims at the time, but I wouldn't marry him. Like I knew better than that. I think he had like 8 or 9 kids. I think he already had a wife. But people, my grandmother said that you young, dumb, full of colors. First time I ever heard that. Like people just wanted to believe that he was just this guy. And I promise you, Si, and with all the stuff we got locked up with, 1 or 2 things was his. That shit was mine. We was
Right.
at my house. So if
Right.
anything, he was the one should have told on me. For real,
Right.
for real. In fact, the worst charge at the time was the cocaine, and the cocaine was not his.
Right.
So it's like, do you really want to tell? I remember telling my grandma, well, grandma, she was like, I was like, because she said, you young, dumb, full of cum. And it was like, at the time, I was very secretive about with him. We wasn't known as no couple or nothing. It was secret. And I was like, grandma, I don't know why you saying that. My grandma always been I was like, grandma, I don't know why you saying that. I was like, at first, they did come down and talk to me. All they keep asking me is about that illegal cable you got. She said, well, girl, don't tell them everything.
Just tell them, yo, she said.
It's a character flaw to tell.
For sure.
When Sa says look in the mirror, it's because it's a character flaw. It's something wrong with you. And I'm not talking about the old, because a lot of y'all don't even understand what a rat is. I'm sure I've talked about this a million times on this podcast, but the old lady that tells on the guys that won't stop shooting dice on her steps, that's not a rat. But the person that hangs with this and makes plans to take over Fifth Street with this and buy the drugs for Fifth Street with this and
Bottom
flood
line.
Fifth Street with drugs with this and shoot and try to take Fifth Street from him with this get indicted for selling drugs, tell on said is a piece of shit. of a person.
For sure.
It is a character flaw. It says a lot about you. And
Bottom
it's
line.
y'all like that. Hey cousins, let's be honest. When your credit's not in great shape, it can feel like the whole system is working against you. I know that feeling too well, and it can really start to affect everything else in your life. But now I have a way for you to get back on track. Kickoff, the smarter, faster way to start building real credit without the usual headaches. I discovered Kickoff when I decided to pull myself up by the bootstraps and leave the trap. Lil Short Ed put me on, and she was right. It was so easy to sign up that I almost thought it was too good to be true. Soon as I looked up, I was already experiencing credit jumps, and it's simple. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit can grow fast. You can start building credit immediately for only $1 your first month and sign up in minutes from your phone. No credit check, and you can cancel at any time. With over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, there's a reason why Kickoff is the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit with Kickoff today, and you can get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/DCMWG today. That's Kickoff without the C, KIKOFF.com/DCMWG. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/DCMWG to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points between January 2023 and January 2024. For Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Philly, our Eagles did it again, and no one could have predicted that last play by Jordan Davis to win the game. But if you had the Eagles to win in a nail-biter, then you likely cashed out. Jalen is a winner, and I don't doubt that he will put money in my pocket every week. Prize Picks is an easy this week. Check out Saquon Barkley, more or less than 1 rushing touchdowns, and you know I'm going more. Cousins, Prize Picks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 plus states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. And Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Oh, and cousins, this is my favorite part. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. What more could you ask for? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code DCMWG to get $50 in lineups after you pay your first $5 lineup. That's code DCMWG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right. Things changed. When me and her was young, you told they had to move.
That's it.
Told back now, I ain't gonna say when we was young, told they got killed. That probably was when our grandparents was young. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for sure, you were taboo and you were not welcome in the neighborhood no more. All. Nowadays, you be in the picture with the rat. It be you, your friend, and the rat. Y'all be.
They be needing the rat. The rat got the cheese.
The rat got the cheese.
These don't got no money, so they gotta be next to the rat.
The rat got the fucking cheese.
Yeah. Or he still shoots and they scared to press him.
Sidebar, that's the new rat. Have you bumped into them? Have you bumped into? Oh, you still working for them police?
For sure.
Because you know what just came out how much they make a year.
Yeah, they get a whole salary.
You know it just came out how much CIs make a year. Yeah, criminal informants make a year. Yeah, damn, I should apply for that. I would have f***ed y'all up. I would have f***ed y'all up for that paper. Different. People don't know. People look at the law when you are not in it or close to it, adjacent to it. You really don't know. You don't understand that a cop will get somebody some crack. A cop will get a last bag of dope. And you think a cop will get somebody dope for them to tell that person OD? They go, I gave them that dope information. No, those people do horrible things to get that quota made. Mm-hmm. Once you get into a situation where your quota is humans, it's dangerous. And I don't give a you have to get a certain amount of speeding tickets. What are you doing to get that ticket?
Right.
It's just not right. The criminal justice system is so ruined, and it affects people and it affects people's lives. You ran around doing your thing for what, probably like a year or two?
We had a little longer than that. It was probably like 3 years.
3 years. And you went to prison and got how much time?
10.
10
Damn.
years. Guess what my girl did for the 10? 10. Guess what she didn't do? Tell. Guess what your baby dad did? You say it. It's a solid right here, boy.
Mashallah.
Did 10. Where you do your time at, son?
So I was down at DC for 2.5 years fighting, and
That's
then,
the max of what you could sit in there, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then once I got sentenced, I went to Danbury.
Okay. I was like, Danbury was somewhere like I kind of wanted to go because I felt like it was the closest to PA. Because that's the thing about the Federal Bureau of Prisons, you don't know where you'll land. And that's so scary not knowing where you'll land.
You know, my dad advised to me. I told you he unorthodox, right?
What did he say?
He said, listen, you know the feds be moving you all around. If you get a bunch of disciplinaries, they keep you closer to home.
I know they'll keep you somewhere if you get them write-ups, but I don't know about close to home. Is that real? Is that right?
A bunch of disciplinaries.
He told her to beat people up and get rolled up every week.
What, sir?
I think I like your dad.
Crazy. That's my guy.
I think I like your dad. You did it 10 years. We have a little. I don't know what you call it. It's just like only Sy. Sy, in your 10 years, is it a celebrity that you end up being really close with?
Oh, Lil Kim. Yep.
Like only
Yeah.
Sy. But
Yep,
friends with
Lil'
Lil'
Kim.
Kim and Joe, and they still friends to this day.
Yeah,
So
that's my
crazy.
girl. Yep. That's when I was down FDC though.
Yeah.
And she still wrote it out. So, you know, when I was booked, she couldn't have direct contact with me because, you know, she was still on paper. So like Hillary and her team, like she really got me, everybody get involved. So they was all still riding. Like
Wrote her whole bit out with her. So me, Sy, and Lil' Kim all did time at FDC. It was at 6th and Arch.
Yep.
I used to sit out there because I did my whole bit there because I got a year and a day was technically 10 months and then I gave it right back and
That's
did
what she
another
had, too.
year. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if she violated and went back, but I went right back because I remember when I was going up for one of the jobs, everybody, that's Lil' Kim job. That's Lil' Kim job. 'Cause I think she worked for the warden or something.
Yeah, the warden assistant.
I had a great job. I worked for Rec and I ended up being a picture girl.
Okay.
So everybody that came through there, I
sister did
seen
that.
it, all of like I was down there with Ace and all them. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I went viral for saying jail ain't that bad before. When I say stuff like that, it's not really like, hey, you should go. But it's like if you're there, you make the most of it.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Versus you telling on the people you grew up with.
Bottom line, especially when you know that's part of the game.
consequence.
Like, you know, like your bottom line, that's part of the game. Like if you don't exit the way you plan to exit.
Yeah, and nobody does because it's addictive. You be
for
just
sure.
addictive as the drugs you sell.
Extreme.
It's like that fast
Extreme.
money is addictive like a I spent my whole adult life getting fast money. I tried jobs. It's especially when you start getting in trouble because it costs money to get in trouble. It's not a magical thing. It's by design. They want you to get caught up in that cycle of doing it because
Absolutely.
if nobody benefits from you going back and forth to jail, it's the people, the white man. They make so from the time they talk to you to say, what's your name? Do you have ID on you? Everybody in that situation is making $1 all the way till they say bag and baggage and it's time to go. Sure. And I felt like it's a documentary called The 13th. It's so important to me. It really explains the pipeline from slavery to jail. I feel like they should show that in middle schools and high schools. I feel like if I knew that people that basically, you know how if I sell you something, you my trap. You say, oh, that's my trap coming, right? Yeah. If I knew I was they trap, I might not have did some of that shit. It might have pushed me into entrepreneurship because I don't want to be the way you make no motherfuckers, especially white people. I'm not a big fan of them white people. You know what I'm saying? Like they think that you know what I mean? That really, it bothers me so much. So, Sy, you do your 10 years. During your 10 years, you're hopeful, you staying positive. You had your experience in jail. Was it you getting in a bunch of trouble? Did you have like a up and down or was you straight? Because I'm a perfect inmate in jail, baby.
So, I'll say, I can't say perfect. I did have a few discrepancies. I won't say fights. I smacked a couple people and stuff like that, but I won't really say fight. You
and
know
they
what I
didn't
mean?
hit you back.
Yeah.
So they needed it.
Yeah. So.
Or they was scared.
And
She's scary.
And then I don't really like to inflict pain to the inmates. They already going through enough, right? But when it comes to that staff, fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like y'all go home every day. So when they come in there with that nut, baby, I done learned. I still will write a BP 9 and 10 for my people that's there now because I write the blood out of them.
Oh, you know how to do it?
What? I do it so good they hated me. I had this one lieutenant on the outside. She had to work the perimeter.
Yeah.
She every time I turn around, she's shaking me down. She doing all of this stuff.
Girl.
Mind you, I was in Danbury for 7.5 years. Right.
Yeah.
I never went to child.
Never
went to child.
Okay.
I went in there one time, had an uncomfortable experience, never went back.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of blue boxes.
Yeah.
She called me one day talking about why I got blue boxes. Because I can afford them. What you talking about? Like,
they be jealous. They be jealous. They be jealous.
She was mad because the first day I met her, the sisters walk us down there to tell me, I'm new to the compound, I don't know. So she like, we got to go down there and make sure we're on the out count for Ramadan. Okay, whatever that means. But we go down there. But when we get in the office, I don't talk to cops unless they smuggling.
Right.
So she going down the line.
Side gangster.
She's talking.
I'm talking about some right.
No, but I'm just serious.
Real
so
shit,
so
though.
she like, so what's your Muslim name? What's your Muslim name? And they all just like, oh, mine's is
What's my
Sydia.
Muslim
And
name? What?
she get to me. She said, what's your Muslim name? I said, you smuggling? She said, excuse me. Like, what we talking about? Because if we getting personal, you want to know my personal business because this is personal. Look on there. Do you see my name on that count? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you really
we not
talking
friends.
Yeah.
And if you not smuggling, we ain't talking.
Yeah.
She had a problem with that. She hated me ever since. Anything she could think, anytime she could get me, she tried. They shook me down one day, and they pulled the mattress out. They had my prayer rug all over the floor. I seen the Quran on the floor, baby. I wrote the blood out them.
Yeah.
By the time I was done with them, they gave me a fresh $290 spending limit. They gave me a trash bag.
Gave you money?
They gave me a trash bag full of Keymars. Mind you, we couldn't even have the color joints inside the jail.
And they gave you color ones.
They gave me a trash bag. Just take the
They
stuff.
don't want no soup.
What?
Yeah.
Because
If you not a that pay, you good. It's crazy.
And
I've
I
never
gets
been good
busy.
at it.
Because what?
Bro, I wrote
find
this
somebody
white.
to play
I
with.
wrote this guard up right because this is the worst jail in the world. The one that's in the Delaware. It's only one jail. But the first time I went there, I ended up having to eat lunch with the lady from Snap that made her daughter help her kill her husband, and then killed the daughter husband with her. If y'all know that story from Snap with that Bob, I ate chow with that lady. And she eating that succotash like this out the can without blinking, scared to death. But that jail crazy. Whether you in there for the weekend or you in there for life, you in the same. It's weird. And they just only hoes lock the up. Only I want to see is mine. If you ain't sucking no dick, I can't. It's crazy. So I'm used to the feds. I'm half-ass bougie. The marshal taking long to get me. I said I gotta write this up. This shit's getting crazy. I wrote that. She came to that glass, got the paper, walked right to the. I wrote it up about and gave it to him. If I melted in that window like this, I said they're gonna fucking kill me. What the fuck? Can you imagine writing somebody up? I mean, terrible. And that so Hunt Brian, because she said the whole shit was about Brian. I promise you. But it's so crazy, just old school jail rules. I had to get this old case together this year, so I turned myself in, and I kept, it's Ramadan, I'm gonna get on my shit. That bail was high. $50,000 cash only with a do not disturb. Judge would have to have a stroke and die before they change that bail. That is so petty and ridiculous. We ain't talking about nobody getting murdered or a child being hurt, right?
For sure.
But they tired of me, and I have a bad caprice history. Because in reality, if you look at me in black and white, it really looks like, damn, this girl really changed her life. You know what I mean? She's been in trouble all this time. But that's not what the law is about. The law is not supposed to make sense. It's just the law, you know?
Thanks.
So, of course, they got me on all this shit like that thing happened 7 years ago. I went in there. I'm thinking about going back and forth to jail as Demona. Don't call me white girl. That's different. Side jail ain't the same.
I can only imagine.
3 to a cell got me on the floor. It says I'm old school. Technically, I'm supposed to wrestle you a little bit for this.
Yeah.
They don't understand it. Even talking to the guards, being all nice and friendly, openly talking about other inmates to guards, openly telling. That's what I'm saying. I'm an old judge. You cannot do that. And it's the thing. Allegedly, I assaulted my cellie. Allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Every time I said something to her because she was being rude, she stand up, take her panties down. That's disrespectful. Every time I talk
to sleep.
Every time I talk to her, she take her panties down, get on the toilet. She start talking, take her panties down, get on the toilet. Every single time. So when she did it last time, I was like,
she'd have been a mess.
That's not disrespectful. Old jail rules. That's rude. I know people don't let you fart in the cell.
She would have been a mess.
Dog.
I'd have beat her off that. Yeah, she would have been a mess.
Allegedly, I threw my shoe at her. Allegedly, she missed it. right? I do the next shoe, whop, got her, whatever. Went to the door because now she's yelling, guard, she's assaulting me. She's assaulting me. I get in the window like this. She's still on the toilet out. Allegedly, I'm kicking her. You know what I mean? But my face in the window, like, I don't know why she's saying that.
Yeah.
The guard, I saw you throw the shoe. I was like, no, you didn't. But allegedly, I'm kicking this. They gave me assault for that. Jail's not the same.
Yeah.
In reality, a little kick to your hip, rib, whatever, and you started it, you keep pulling your out, whatever. Y'all don't know. You ain't never been to jail.
Yeah, I'm just saying she would have been beat on that toilet, because what?
It's disrespect. And I'm laying on the floor like I'm a you know the I am in here. I was in there for 2 minutes, little white girl, like a Pillsbury Dough girl. She looked so sweet. If you poke her in the stomach, she go, she said, you that girl from social media I said, mind you, she's stepping on the steps. She's so short. I backed up like this. She said, ain't you that girl that tell the jokes on social media? I took her hand like this and said, no, my name is Destiny. She said, bitch, and walked off. I stood there like this. Because I could not believe it.
Oh, God.
It's different, sir.
Yeah.
They got the
I
whole
don't
gel
wanna
on
find
meds.
out.
They asked me that I
I do know.
They asked me that I want gel meds that back in the day, I would have had to talk to 10 different staff and write 5 letters to get. They asked me that I want that gel med that first day like 8 times. It was a little girl in there. She said, another one, did you don't call me white girl? Me, no. I just want to ask your advice. I've asked your advice before if you look in your DM. I'm like, what? She's like, should I take that medicine? I turned to her, I said, on the street, is it any, I said, do you get high on the street? She was like, I was like, to be honest, do you get high? She was like, I smoke weed sometimes. I said, is there any drug that you do every day on the street? She's like, no. I said, don't do that, because when you go home, you're going to need that every day, or you're going to feel bad physically. She's like, well, why they giving it? That is horrible.
It's insane.
But that's the thing. Well, how many girl units you know, no argument, no argument. I was there for 7, 8, no arguing, no fighting, no beefing. By 7, everybody. Was like this, right? I kick her chair. Boom. She get up. She said, I said, miss, I swear to God, I'm sorry. I thought you were dead. White girl, you know you can't tell if they 50 or 100.
No,
she said, oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I know I rock out sometime.
Oh, my God.
I thought that bitch was in the upper room.
No, for real.
All right, for real, because I wanted to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, but now we have to get the least. I can't finish without this part. So, boom, you do the 10 years in prison. You come home, and then what?
I started, I was at a program called Connection Training Services, and I was there with a bunch of men. When I first came home, I was full niqab. Mm-hmm. So I'm there
niqab is covered like this for y'all, my non-Muslim cousins.
So it was like a bunch of guys in there, because it wasn't prevalent for women to be coming home.
Every program I was in the same.
Yeah, so I'm the only female, and they only had like forklift operating or contracting and stuff like that. So I was doing cement work and all of this other foolishness until somebody came into my rescue, and they offered culinary arts. Perfect, wow. I'll take that. Ended up graduating valedictorian of that. Got a job at Earth and Bread Berry and Relish, right? So now I'm working at Relish, and I end up seeing one of the girls I was locked up with. Ain't seen nothing forever. I noticed her. Well, it was crazy that she noticed me with the niqab on. Mm-hmm. She walked up and she was like, I know them eyes.
Them pretty eyes, yeah.
And she was like, Sydia! And she started snapping. So because she's snapping, the manager in there, he's like, you cannot do that. First of all, relax yourself. Mm. It's not me, it's the customer. But right. She's excited. I'm calming her down. She was like, I'm sorry, but this is my motherfucker. She's snapping. And he was like, you gotta change the grip. You gotta watch how you talking to me.
What?
Like, relax yourself.
Yeah.
So, I go. I'm changing out all the stuff, and when I go, as I'm coming back out, he's like, "I'm not gonna keep telling you."
No,
what
are you
not gonna keep telling me? You gotta relax. What is going on? I felt like it was the niqab. Some people be having you messed up because they feel like, oh, she covering. You could talk to her any type of way. And when we got off of that floor, from where all them people was at, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go, cause I've been you up in here.
Yeah.
And he said, you don't talk to me like that. You can go. You can. And that was your idea. That's cool.
Exactly.
I go grab my stuff and I'm like, go get my check. And nigga said, I'm not getting your check. Your check check will be in the mail. See, I ain't mail my work in here. You gonna get my check? I'm gonna blow you the up in here.
Right.
They was looking. They like,
They never heard you talk like that.
they never heard me talk like that. And
But it's money though. Nobody ever tried to rob me.
My face.
Yeah, he gonna give me my money.
He gonna get my money now.
Or I'm gonna take a pot.
What?
A vase
I'm talking about
too.
infamous for grabbing the register. Don't play with me.
I don't know why people try to play like that.
I remember Kelly, shout out to Kelly Olin. Kelly was like, listen, she means business. She done came out of that niqab. I ain't never seen this lady face. And I interviewed her. Yeah, give her stuff now. Like, cash her out today. Yeah. Like, we not even about to play with her. Yeah. They went there, got my money. I ain't been back to Relish since. And
is that what made you start cooking on your own?
I quit both of my jobs on the same day.
Wow.
Yep. And started cooking out of the house. And then I eventually quit that because my baby was playing in the plates and stuff one day, and I was yelling at her, and she started crying. And I don't like hurt my baby feelings. Like, at the end of the day, no matter how much I wanted my house to be my business, it wasn't. It's her house. Right. You know, and so I was trying to make the announcement and let people know. So I'm in the midst of texting or writing a post, like to let people know that I won't be cooking no more. And my cousin just kept calling. I keep swiping, he keep calling. I'm like, so I answer the phone, yes, cousin. And I got to do a big shout out to North Philly Shay, you know him. That's my cousin.
Yeah, shout out to Shay, that's my boy.
Yes, for sure. So he was like, cousin, how you feel about opening your own restaurant? And I said, I would. I just quit. I'm trying to post it, but you keep stopping me. And he started laughing. I said, no, I'm dead serious. And he was like, no, that's crazy. No, he was like, I'm tired of the seafood, John. Like, I wanted you to take it over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with that no more. I got too much going on with all my other stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. He was like, you could come see it. I said, no, I want it. He said, you could come see it. No, I want it.
That's meant to be.
And it was for sure.
That's meant to
be. For sure. That's how I felt. Qadar Allah, he was mad chef for Isla. You know, everything's decreed by Allah. Because no matter how much I tried to post it, he wouldn't, and he don't call nobody back to back. He ain't even that type of person. He ain't that aggressive. He ain't trying to get that. He ain't that.
I don't got shake texting back to back, let alone
yeah,
call.
he not that enthusiastic to get in touch with a soul.
That is meant to be. So you have a whole restaurant. Where is your restaurant?
2832 Ridge Avenue, Ridge and Sedgley.
The food is amazing. I've never been there, but I've had the food before, and the food is in the building right now. Sucks to be you. Cousins at home. You do a lot. One thing, it's a couple things we had to get into before we stop. You mentioned having a baby. When you came home, you did end up having a daughter, another daughter, but you had a daughter before you left, right?
Yes.
So how old are your kids now? Your oldest is 23. How old is your youngest?
9.
Okay, so me and my sister, I was talking because we have similar experiences where both our fathers did the 10 years, but my father doing 10 years, I was definitely a daddy's girl before my dad went in. When he came home, I was real excited, like that first year, and then it just kind of crumbled apart. He ended up having like 4 or 5 kids though, so it was just a lot. And then it's different with a man. You know how men are, because a man will start a family here and start a family here and start. Like I would literally, when my dad first came home, I would be visiting multiple different families. Like I had different. Like I remember one of the stepmoms offered me alcohol. You know what I mean? Like she was the cool one. This was the strict one. One of them was the one that could cook. You know, and it's like now the woman that he's married to, she was one of them that we met, but it was just that was like what it was, and like. I felt personally like he only gave me that one summer. You know what I mean? Like he didn't give it enough. And I felt like silenced by him. Like once I told him like, damn, my childhood sucked and, things happened to me. I got molested, like stuff happened to me. Yeah. His whole thing was like, oh, all right, that's it. Like it ain't my fault. Wow. Like almost like my dad carried it almost like if he was this great guy not breaking the law, and it just, when in reality, when my mom shared things, my mother never told me the type of my dad was. She let me find out on my own. Yeah. Which I respect as a woman.
My mom too.
Yep. I respect it.
Me too.
But on the other side, I wasn't ready for that. Yeah. And my dad is like, he really from North Philly. Like he really, he born in 69, he from North Philly. He got that whole vibe. I feel like they all got that whole vibe. Around me, my father, Gilly. Like, the way we been Gilly with bump heads, Gilly reminds, they all act like that. I can't really explain it. Like, always right. Yeah. Don't listen to women. Women stay in their place. Like, Muslim, just that whole, and that's another thing. My dad not Muslim no more. I think that if we were Muslim and we were practicing together, I think it would have helped us a lot. Okay. Because you always refer to the deen, you know what I mean? For sure. But I always say jail kind of ruined our relationship, but in reality, it was the fact that the effort wasn't put in after. And it had to be both of us, you know what I mean? With the issues that I have had with my oldest, who's a teenager, this shit is very hard. You look at your parent like a perfect person because they're an adult until you become adult and you see how hard it is.
And that's the reality. That's what it really takes. It'll take them to grow older and have their own children until they realize. And I had to realize that, because there's been conflict with me and my oldest daughter, and I love her to death. I just always say, like, she having a tantrum. I went to jail when she was 3. She didn't get a chance to have as many tantrums as she probably would have needed or liked, to develop in a way that she would have needed. So I just let her go through her act, and I still love her unconditionally. No matter what she going through, it's like, okay, I could lower my wing and apologize. It was at one time I didn't think, like, I can apologize. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
you my child.
You know what I mean? But
and you grown.
For sure. And then
I had to be grown you had to be grown at 13, 14. So it's like,
Yeah. So it's like, now I don't look at it like that. I look at it totally different. So I'm willing to lower my wing and just hear her out, or let her have her tantrum and go through her act and still say I love you. Yeah. All right, I'm here. Where you want to go from here? Like, but I ain't never deserting her. If she called me today or tomorrow, Mom, can you? Yeah. Sure will. She know it too, so that's cool, because I know I do a great job at making sure she knows what she means to me,
right,
and where I stand with her,
right.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's so crazy because it's like I remember when having Mina and saying to myself, like, I'm never calling her from jail. I'm never calling her from jail. This year, during that couple of days that I did, the way I set it up, I didn't have to. Okay. But just telling her the year before that it might happen, she fell apart. I'm like, look, Mommy, you might gotta go to jail like 3 months. I turned back around, she was like falling apart. I'm like, what the fuck? I never, because I'm brutally honest with mine.
Yeah.
Now my son is a little, just because me and his dad go back and forth, because his styles don't tell him nothing, so we have opposite styles, but for the most part, our kids know what the fuck is going on. Right. You know what I mean? Mina knows she did a bid with me. I came home and had her 2 weeks later. Like, I used to be talking to her, like, we gonna get out of here, we gonna be straight, Yeah. So, just that little, it's just, you could say your plan and how you think it's gonna be, but when you in it, it's a total different thing.
Absolutely.
I haven't spoken to my father for like 2.5 years. Me and my daughter was going through a little bit of rough patch, like a teenage patch. We are in a way better place now. And she's such a bossy, it's alhamdulillah, she's such a bossy little girl that she already got me and my father on the phone. It was like a 2-minute conversation, but she speaks to my father. Right. So it was like, what's up, Dad? He's like, yeah, you my daughter. I'm like, thinking, I thought I was. I just look just like you and got your whole name. That's it. And you know the love there. You heard me? Yeah. What I say? I'm your daughter and the love is there. Exactly. Same North Philly, down north. You know where I'm at. Pull up. All right. That was it. That was him saying, I love you.
But that's his apology. That's his apology.
And that's it. And that's it.
You ain't never went nowhere.
Exactly. So it's like a choice or whatever. And with me, I always end up in a space of like, I feel real bad when I don't talk to him at all. So I'd rather have something, but then I'm also caught in that place where you have to treat me a certain way to be in my life. But, it's just sick that this recidivism problem, this going back and forth to jail, this poverty, this bad school, this not having any access to resources, this whole your mom go to jail, her daughter go to jail, her daughter go to jail, her daughter go to jail. It's sick. You know what I mean?
For sure.
When you look at the pull back and look at the bigger picture, so if not for nothing, I feel like to put that extra effort in with my father, because I know we are products of that.
For sure.
And I know he don't know no better. Right. Like I do. Like I know that. I know it had to hurt him more than it hurt me being away like that.
For sure.
And it's things that I wish I did have. I wish I did have my mom. My father, I saw my father in 10 years twice. And I went 3 times. Took that long. Because you're a kid, that ride takes forever. Upgraded for it.
For sure.
One of them rides turned away because a took the visit. It's always been women in my way with my father. Wow. You know what I mean? So, and then he didn't write me. Like my dad had 5 to 10 and turned to 10. He was up there really stabbing and going to jail and
Yeah, my dad, 6 to 12, and he did the 12. He said ain't no cracker gonna have nothing over his head.
We got too much in common because when I tell you my dad had 5 to 10, they did 10, they always like, well, how? I was like, getting stabbings, going to jail in jail. Because you can go to jail in jail. You know?
Facts.
But that's the thing. And even with this, like I do this creative shit, and I meet all these creatives, and they're my new friends. Because all my friends are street friends. All my family are street people. My father is a street person, right? And it's like, I meet these people, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. I meet a nigga, and they sold 1 bag of crack one time, they gonna tell me because I'm the person that talks the street shit. And it's like, it's so far away from really street culture and what it is.
Absolutely.
And we having debates, and it's like, we debate, you really don't know what the you talking about,
At
but
all.
you don't know, you know?
I'm telling
And
you.
just because I'm a girl, I guess I'm not supposed to know either, but you know, I don't know. So I am so proud of you. Like, you somebody that, like, you're constantly doing something. You constantly, like, you don't take L's. You just always winning, always moving. That's just how I look at you, you know? And you super confident. You're super creative, you know? And you don't give up. And that inspires me so much. Like, you don't know how many times where I was sitting really like, I fucking hate this. I don't want to do this again. And just watching you, Keymark, roll up, working. Like, it's just like, you know, I'm going to get this rolling. Saz had the coolest conversations, only ones that the jailbirds will understand and appreciate, including but not limited to who makes the best jail food, the state or the feds. And of course the feds win. Of course the feds win. I want all the side information down here because I need y'all to check out everything. I need y'all to check out her book because she has one. I need y'all to check out Trap Queens. Sai is just a good person. Sadia is just such a loving, caring, good person. Sadia is somebody I know if I didn't have anywhere to sleep, I could go on her couch. And that's not something that you find a lot. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. This is my first award ever. This is the Lockdown Love Prevents the Women of Victory Award. Damona Blank. I'll leave out the rest because it's not your business. This is the only award I have, and it will be on my mantle. And Derek is not allowed to touch it because Lord knows he will bite this thing, and it's a real chicken wing. And it's not.
That's an angel, dude.
Thank you so much for coming, Side. This is so long awaited. I'm going to be coming on Side Podcast. Look out for me and stuff, more stuff with me and Sadia because we got coming. Lord knows I love baked macaroni and cheese. Absolutely. And them turkey wings.
Can I ask you a closing question to this part?
No.
It's a 2-part question. I was talking to her. So I wanted to ask the first part, do you regret the path that you took to get to where you are?
Not. I'm never going to have regret about what I've done in the past and the path that I've taken because it molded me into who I am, and I think I'm phenomenal.
Okay, perfect. And the second part to that question, do you have any advice for a young woman who was going through what you were going through when you were 12, like anything to tell them about what to do in that situation?
What I would say to a 12-year-old or a young girl in that situation, I would say, make sure you're holding your head high. Make sure you're praying, right? And find a resource. Like, you need an outlet. The thing about us as people, we're taught suppression. And when you don't have an outlet to regurgitate your pain or the things that you're going through in life, you shut down, or it comes out in different ways. It comes out in fighting. It comes out in being promiscuous. It comes out in a lot of different ways. So a way to combat that is you find a safe place. You know, there's so many resources out here for the youth that didn't exist when I was coming up. You know, so don't be ashamed or afraid because there's somebody out here that can relate and that can guide you and help you. Get a mentor, man. Is not above any of us. Anybody can mentor you. There's so many of us out here that would hold our hand, allow you to hold our hand. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, that's really it. And trust God, trust your process. Know that nothing lasts forever, and you're gonna be all right.
Pray too. She said that first. Pray.
I'm telling you.
If you don't have a good relationship with God or your Lord or whatever you believe in, pray to the God of your understanding. That feeling you feel like somebody got you, take some time to pray to. And listen, don't be afraid to look at. So many people ask me, are you interested in Islam? You want to be a Muslim? Get a book and become a Muslim, babe. Muslims don't believe in telling you. I just had this debate with somebody that wasn't Muslim. It was so irritating. It might even been him. No, it was him. That's funny. I'm not going to put you out there. He from Boston. And you know, we from Philly, and it's like Philly is super Muslim. These boys just went viral, and they were both Christian, talking about how in Philly, you either Muslim or you a little bit Muslim. It's like we all, you know what I mean? Because it's such a Muslim city. But when me and him was talking, and there was nothing wrong with what he was saying, he has respect for our religion. He looks at it like you get your right, and then you become a Muslim. And that's not what we teach. We teach you become a Muslim because you might die tomorrow.
Right, for sure. Because the best state to be in is ma'asi. I hate when people say that they're going to be Muslim after you could die today or tomorrow if you believe in your heart. The thing is, take your shahada now, testify now, and then figure it out along the way. Yes. There is not a perfect Muslim on this earth. No. If you find one, point one out, I'll show you a liar. Like all of us have our faults. The best state to be in is ma'asi. oxy in between sin and repentance.
Right.
Like, that's the reality. Nobody's perfect. We all striving.
Right. See, she say what I say, but she know more Arabic.
It sounds more convincing.
I mean,
like
she a
that.
little
I'm not gonna
smarter.
lie.
What the fuck?
Oh,
No, you cool. I'm just saying.
I
it
mean,
sounds more
okay,
convincing.
everybody can't be the smartest. If everybody's smartest, who gonna be dumb?
well, you're far from dumb.
I'm far from dumb, but my
Absolutely.
Arabic a little ashy. No, we really do, and it's crazy because I had that conversation with so many people, including people that be asking or interested. Even people say, "Oh, she became Muslim for a man." Do you know how many girls I watched take shahada, quote unquote, for a man in high school and shit? Those women are still Muslim and they 40, 45. It's a beautiful
Right.
religion.
Facts.
The religion is perfect. The
Yeah.
people are people. So if that's what you had that pull, some keep pulling you. Read a book and take
when
your
people
shahada,
say that, I think
baby.
it's crazy too, because at the end of the day, whatever Allah says, whatever you enter this religion for is the only thing you'll gain. So if they do enter it for a man, they'll exit for the same reason. They're not Muslim. You know,
Right.
they did it for what they did it for.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the religion is beautiful. The people are flawed.
Right.
All
And
of
we're
us.
very judged. I think that's something else that people don't understand. Because we wear uniform, it's very easy to look and say they're off point. Perfect example. You people, y'all go to church Monday, Tuesday. I mean, y'all go, excuse me, you go to the bar $2 Tuesdays,
You talking about Christians
wasted
when you say that?
Wednesdays, thirsty Thursdays,
I
freaky
think she's talking directly to
Fridays,
you.
sultry Saturdays,
Wing Wednesdays.
right? And then Sunday, you go to church.
Okay.
If you had a rough day, a little cum on your lip, whatever, right? He's a little sweaty, you a little sweaty because you ain't make it get into you. You took a bird bath because you want to go get your dose of the Lord. Don't nobody judge that bitch. If anything, she holy and sanctified. But the Muslim girl that wears overgarment, God forbid, she put a little ball, you put her kimar in a little robe right there, a little bun, put the earrings on. Motherfuckers say, oh, she was in the bar. That's just how it is with us. And in reality, good Muslim know your piety isn't in what you have on. It has nothing to do with that. But the munafiq, kuffars, piss panty kafirs is what we called them back in my day. They will point at you. But when you point, what is it? 3 smelling fingers pointing right back at you. Worry about you and your Lord.
So
A
they
good
go
book
like
for
this.
intro to you Muslim sisters is New Sister. I think that's still a good book and it's easy to understand.
For sure. Hand
Yeah.
through the door for the new sisters.
There you go.
By
Get
Yasmin
New Sister.
Ismail.
It's a great book. And stop
Absolutely.
asking me. Clearly, I'm struggling. Don't ask me. And so I don't have time. I love y'all so much. What did we learn today? I did hear Cardi's new album. It was amazing. Shout out to Cardi. Congratulations on the baby, too. I'm so happy for you. The album was amazing.
What song you like best?
I like the Janet feature. I know this is corny. I like the Lizzo joint. I ain't gonna lie. The Lizzo was crazy to me. I like that. The podcast is out. It was out officially a couple days ago. I am sorry the podcast wasn't out. I happened to mention a slug that you cannot talk about that have the initial CK and very small baby teeth. Very small teeth, like dolphin. Beep, 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 dolphin teeth. Oh, excuse me. He had very small teeth. The Lord knows he's worm food now. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Don't Call Me White Girl podcast. Thank you so much for joining. And cousins, I appreciate you for staying down with me. I know it's the elephant in the room with the initials JB, but I don't feel like talking about it. You might have seen me on there. You might have not. I don't care. See y'all. When I move, you move. Say the line. Just like that. I love you. Subscribe to my YouTube.